All right, hi, it's me, David again. We're going to do another video for your lunch program, and it's going to be conducting a search using Matrix. So, no matter what market you're in, whether it be a listing market or a seller's market or a buyer's market, your job every day should be to be checking the MLS for new listings, and you do that in your matrix. Now you'll see on your dashboard here, when I'm recording this, there are no new listings, but if I click here and I go over a 7-day period, okay, so I can go into new listings. Maybe we'll knock it down to 3 so there's not so many. So over 3 days, we get 20 listings. So you can click that link, and then all the new listings will come up for that time period that you selected. You can pick today, 3 days, 7 days, over 24 hours. Okay. And then, so whatever your clients have asked you for, this is one way that you can come in and check that your listings. So if you can go through the listings by just clicking on the MLS number, and then you got your options here, next and previous. So you look at each listing, and if any of these listings that are new coming up that match your client's criteria, then you have the option of sending them those listings. Okay. So when you want to come out of this view, you got over here, you have member single line display. So you can just hit that, and you come into your single line display so you can see all of the listings at the same time. So now if we click up, I'll go over, hover over our matrix, and then we click on dashboard. So now say you want to conduct a search. Oh, sorry, before we do that, there you got, so you have 24 hours today, 3 days and 7 days. So if you were to look at the last 24 hours, there's nothing. It's a weekend when I'm recording this, and that's why. Okay. So, but say you're sitting with your client and they decide that they've got their criteria and they're going to start handing it off to you. So instead of sitting there with a piece of paper and a pen, or um, over the phone trying to catch all the information, you go hover over your search and click on residential, and then you get this search dashboard. Okay. And you can enter your search in here and narrow it down a numerous amount of ways. So we'll start here. Over on the left, you have residential, you have active. Okay, so you're looking for active listings. You want a listing that will match their criteria, that is on the board. Okay, so you ask them, what is your first question? Can be, you come over here, you say, all right, so what would your price range be? What is your maximum price? And there's a couple of ways of putting this in. So so your client tells you, well, we're looking between 300, and you'll notice I'm not putting 300,000, just 300, because this is checked off. It's adding the zeros for you. And then I'm putting the dash, and they're looking between 300 and 450. Okay. So when you come and you look down here, there's 109 matches, but that's quite a few listings. So you're going to want to narrow that down just a little bit more. So what type of house are you looking for? Well, and they said, well, we don't really know. I said, what do you want, detached? Yeah, detached. And you got a list here. Are you looking for, would a semi-detached also be okay? And if they say, no, we're just looking for detached, then you'd leave it like that. But if they say, yes, semi-detached would be fine too. So if you're on a Mac, you would press Command and then click this. But if you are on a PC, you click or hold down your Control key and then click on the semi-detached, and that way you have both of them selected. Okay. So now you're going to ask them, so what area are you looking in? Well, we really want to be in, and I'll keep this simple, we really want to be in Riverview. Okay. So you want to be in Riverview. What kind of, what area of Riverview? Oh, we just want to be on Riverview East or West. And again, you're holding down that either your Control or your Command key and selecting them. Okay. And right now you're down to 4 matches. Okay. When I'm recording this video, we are at a very low listing ratio right now. So this is why you're seeing so very few matches. Normally you would see quite a few. Now over here on title to land, you got another window of selections here. So freehold, so condominium means it's a condo, obviously. An estate sale means that it's going to be an estate sale. Freehold or a foreclosure. Freehold means that they would, it's freehold means that they own the land with the property. Okay. Foreclosure means it's bank owned. Leasehold means it's the land is being leased, so they don't own the they don't own the property, just or the land. Sorry, they just own the house. There's other, and then there's power of attorney. Okay, so a lot of people, and myself included, have made the mistake of only clicking the freehold. So what you want to do though is you want the estate sales, the foreclosures, and the power of attorneys as well. Some houses that go up on the market are power of attorneys or foreclosures, or there maybe there's an estate sale. It depends on what the listing agent has put in as the title. Okay, so make sure you're selecting, if they want a freehold, make sure you're selecting the rest that go along with it: your power of attorney, your foreclosure, and your estate sale. Now, if they wanted a condo, you would have selected up here apartment and then condominium. Okay. Now, maybe they say, you know what, Riverview Center would be fine as well. So if you hold down your either your control or your command key, you take those off. Okay. That opens it up to about 7 matches. So they got, right now they have a price range of 300 to 450. They want a detached house or a semi-detached. They want to be in Riverview, anywhere in Riverview. And they want that the freehold, which you selected all the possible titles for freehold. Now you're going to ask them these questions. So how many bedrooms would you like? Well, we definitely need at least 2 bedrooms. So here's a little trick. So if you put 2, it's going to narrow your search. See how it goes down to 1. But if I put the plus sign, it goes back up to 7. Okay. So you're going 2 plus bedrooms. Bathrooms? Well, we need at least 1 bathroom. So I'm going to put 1 and then the plus sign. So you're not excluding houses that have only have 1.5 baths or 2 baths. You're telling the search that it's at least 1 bathroom plus more if there are. Okay. Same as the bedrooms. Now you're going to ask them, you're going to come down here a little bit more. Is a garage important to you? They may say, it'd be nice. So you would just leave that alone. But they say, no, a garage is a must. So you come down here and you hit yes. Okay, it takes from 7 down to 5 matches. Okay, but maybe they really don't want a garage. So you say no. Takes me down to 2 matches. I've never heard anybody say no to a garage, but you never know. But we're going to leave this one, a garage would be nice. So we're going to leave it blank. You'll notice you got your 7 matches again. The more you narrow down the criteria, the fewer matches there will be. Okay. The idea is to leave it as wide open as you can get it, so that you're not missing any listings. They're not going to miss any. They're not going to go on realtor.ca and find listings that they like and wonder why you aren't sending them to them. And you may find yourself explaining, well, when we did your criteria, you specified that you didn't want a garage, you did want a garage, or you only wanted 3 bedrooms plus, or you wanted 2 bathrooms plus, and then the house that they're sending you has 2 bedrooms and only 1 bathroom, but they like it, but it wasn't in their criteria. And that's what's happening. So the more you narrow down that search, the less listings there's going to be for you to find. So here's the general rule of thumb is stay within their criteria, but try to open it up. Okay. I know it sounds weird, but try to open it up enough that you're not cutting off listings that would probably interest them, and you're not deciding what is interesting them. They are. Okay, so even if there's houses in there that don't match their criteria, it may still interest them. You're not choking it off. Okay. All right. So, and then there's all kinds in here, right? So there's housing type. I only want one level. So now we're down to three matches. You may have a client who has medical problems or disability, can only have a one level house. Or let's hit your command to take that off. You hit your command or your control key and take that off. Maybe they only want they're looking for a four level or a 3 level split. So you click 3 level split, takes you down to 0. Right? Do you see what I mean here? Every time you add a a criteria to the search, the further it narrows it down, the further it squeezes the life out of the search. And of course, you need to know also where they're looking, right? So the type, and you should know if they're looking in Riverview, you're looking at some older homes, some brand new homes. So Riverview Central, you're going to have a lot of 2 stories, some with, some without garage. You're going to have some that are Riverview usually is 3 bedrooms and up, depending on where you are. Um, so that's how you would do a search. So you can go into land features. So if they're looking out in Shediacs, for example, you can come down here and hit water access, water frontage, um, water view. Do they want a wooded lot? Just keep in mind, every time you add something to this search, it is narrowing that search down. So very, very tight. And you may run into clients who want that. They may want it, if it doesn't have a garage, it's a deal killer. If it's not attached in a double garage, it's a deal killer. Um, if the bedrooms aren't all on one level, it's a deal killer. Okay. So you're sitting there with your client, you've done your search, you've narrowed it as much as you dare to narrow it without cutting off too many listings. And you come down here, you got 7 matches, and you just click on results. So you can literally sit with your client on the computer and show them the listings here. So you just click on the MLS number, and then you can go through the listings. You can show them the pictures. Okay. And I love these ones, which include the floor plan, right? Um, you can so you can show them the pictures. You can click on here and say, okay, well, they're going to say, oh, where is Berkeley Drive? So if you click on this link or this address, it's going to pop up another screen as soon as it loads. Working off of Google Maps, it's going to show them where it is. And you can zoom in and out and show them, right? So here's the two bridges, right? It's right here next to the golf course, and then you can zoom in on it, right? So they can even get an idea before they even visit the house of the yard, okay? The size of the lot, what's behind them, okay? The type of street. All right. So then you can just go and you just sit with them and you go through each listing. So you may have an in-person appointment and they want to see these houses. They may want to pick 3 or 4 to go and see like tomorrow, right? Or tonight. So you're going through and you're picking them. So here's another one on Yale. Oh, and they're like, oh, where's Yale? So you click on that again. And if they're looking in Riverview, they probably know, unless they're out of province buyers who've never been here and have been told that Riverview is the place to be. Okay. So you can show them on the map. Again, it's close to the golf course, close to Finley Boulevard, and the overpass that takes them in, or overpass the causeway takes them into Moncton. If they got a school nearby, they have, and then you can look at the lot. So zoom in a little bit more on it. Okay, yeah, so there's the house. The lot's got some nice trees on it, and street doesn't look like a main thoroughway. Okay, So this is how you explain a property to your that you searched for to your clients, especially if they don't know the area. Most of them do, but so there you go. There's a nice semi-detached, okay, um, and it only shows houses in their price range. So make sure when you're doing a search, and I'm going to click this member single line, go back to these, go back into the criteria. Remember when you're doing your search, tell them, explain to them the price range. So what's the lowest price that you would like to go to? They're gonna go, oh well, houses at 300 or under 300 are no good. Well, that's not always true. So you explain to them that maybe we should set this for 250 and see, right? There's been no change, so obviously there is nothing under the 300 mark range. And then they say, well, what is you ask them, what is their maximum price? Okay, our maximum is 480. All right. So depending on the market, if it's a seller's market, you're going to look at the 450 because you could end up at 480 in a multiple offer situation, or you could probably bump it up to say 465. Oops, take that zero off of there. 465. So now you got 8, right? So it actually added a house. So if you go back into the results, it'll have added to 465, 450. What's over 450 here? Right at the bottom. Okay. So it's going to add a house. Okay. So it adds this. I don't think that's a detached house. It's calling it detached. And here's another problem. Your search is only as good as what the listing agent is putting in. Obviously, they listed this wrong. This is not a detached. It is a semi-detached. This is one half of the house with the garage. Okay. And then what I really hate is they put that, and then they say in here somewhere, this semi-detached but beautiful new home. It'll probably say that in here somewhere. Housing types 2-story. No, they really screwed this up. So I'm just going to take a look on 23 Luxor Drive. See, and this is what you need to catch when you are talking to your clients, showing them in the house, and they go, "Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't look like a detached house." So this is a new construction zone, and you're going to run into this a lot because we are expanding all the time. There's new construction all over the place. So these, excuse me, are all semis. You can anytime there's a new construction these days, a lot of them are semis. And you can tell by the picture as well. You can tell by the picture this is a semi. They've cut off half the house on purpose. Okay. Now, if you're not sure, you tell them, okay, I'm going to go and take a drive by that house and I'm going to check it. And because it may interest, they may look at the pictures going through and say, oh, that is really nice, very high end. Yeah, I kind of like that. And you say, well, listen, either I will take a drive by the house, or if it really interests you and you're in the area looking around, take a drive by and see if that kind of house would interest you, and let me know. Okay, all right. Enough with the sales techniques. I'm just getting into the search here. So I'm going to keep this video fairly short. That is a search. You go into hover over your search, click on the residential. It could be multifamily you're looking for. You might be looking for commercial or land. Cross property means everything. Okay, it's everything. Okay, and that's how you do a search. All right. Well, I hope this was helpful, and we will see you on the next video. Have a great day, everybody.